Okay, guys, let's talk about hydraulic symbols. This time for directional control valve, hydraulic schematics for directional control valves. This is a two-position valve represented by two squares. Let's put on some more information in there. We have arrows representing the flow path of the valve. This will be a two-position four-way valve. Let's see. Let's put the letters. The letters represent the ports. P for pressure, T for tank, A and B. So this is where the pump flow is coming in. P is connected to port A and B is connected to T back to the reservoir. When the valve is in the normal position, this is the schematic that we're looking at over here. Then you have a solenoid. When this solenoid activates, it shifts the valve. And now you have P goes connected to port B, and then A goes connected to port T, back to the reservoir. As long as the solenoid is activated, the valve is going to hold this position, is going to hold that flow path for the hydraulic circuit. When the solenoid is deactivated, then the springs push back the spool of the valve and return to the normal position, in which once again P gets connected to A and B goes back to the reservoir. So that is how a two-position four-way valve works. That is a solenoid operated with the spring return. Let's go with the following valve. As you can see, you have a three-position. Once again, with three squares instead of two squares. We have different centers for these valves. This one, for example, we have a closed center in which P is closed, T is closed, A and B are closed, and that is a three-position four-way closed center valve. The following valve that we have an open center valve in which P, T, A and B are all connected. Once again, a three-position four-way valve with an open center. Following valve, we have a tandem center in which P and T are connected. We go to the following valve, and we have a float center valve in which A and B are connected to the reservoir and pressure is close. We go to the following valve, and we have a regenerative circuit in which the pressure line is connected to port A and port B, and the tank line is closed. So those are some of the options, of the most popular options that we have for a three-position valve with the different centers. Then we're gonna look at into the detent option. For example, this one over here is a spring return, in which the valve has to be actuated to hold position. The detent, you don't have to maintain a solenoid actuated all the time. Once you shift this valve, the valve is going to hold position. For example, this is a two-position detent and this is a three-position detent. The line on top, it shows the normal position for the valve. So this one, being a three-position valve, you have three notches over here, and you have a line on top, and which is gonna tell you that is for a three-position valve, and the normal position is gonna be on the center. And this one is a two-position valve, in which the normal position is gonna be this one over here on the right. So this one has a lever operated. So for example, you push the lever in one direction, you take your hand away from the lever, and the valve is going to hold that position. If you want to shift it, you have to pull the lever back in a different direction, and the valve will shift. So those are some of the options that we have. Then we do have different actuators for the valve, and we're going to look at it. We discussed the solenoid, in which it can come in different voltage. So you have to write the type of voltage that you have for the solenoid. We have the lever, that we discussed over here. We have a pedal. We have a push button. We have a manual actuator. A manual actuator without indication of type. It doesn't tell you if it's a lever, doesn't tell you if it's a pedal, doesn't tell you if it's a push button. It's just some sort of actuator that you have. We have a roller. We have a hydraulic pilot. And we have a pneumatic pilot. If you notice, the hydraulic pilot is a little triangle filled in black. It represents a hydraulic line. And the pneumatic pilot has a blank triangle inside the actuator, which represents air. So one is hydraulic and the other one is pneumatic. These are the most common type of valves. There's different combinations. You can have different configuration on the flow path of the valves, but these are the most popular valves that you can find, most popular that you can find in hydraulic systems. And if you have any questions, just leave your comments below. This is the video for today, and thank you very much for your attention. Make sure to subscribe and watch other videos, by the way. Thank you very much. Bye bye.